Hello everyone and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have done the calculations in the box below and you have determined you're a power year number 7, then you're at the right place. I do want to remind you how to get to your power year number because I get a lot of questions about that, okay? So let's take a look at the month you were born. So say that's March, that's a number 3. Then say you look at the date you were born and say that's 12. We want to take that 12 and reduce it to a single digit number. That's 1 plus 2, and that's 3. Now we're going to add your month and your date together. That's 3 plus 3 is 6. Now to that 6, we want to add a 3 because 2019 is a 3. So 3 plus 6, now we have 9. Which brings us to, well no, actually you're in a month of 9 sevens, but this is a reading for a power year number 7. So if you have reduced all your numbers and you've come up with a single digit of 7, this reading is for you. And I do want to remind you that 2018 you were a different number. 2019 you're a brand new number. So for the whole year you are going to be a power year number 7. Now, what 7 means is that it's a time to reflect. It's a time to come inward. It's a time to figure out who you really are. How are you contributing to anything in your life? What's your purpose? What do you really want? It's a year about faith, and it's a year about what do I really believe and where's my faith? Learning about faith, having faith, there's a, that theme is going to be running through. And I'll remind you every month about all of these points. You don't have to remember them. Now you're in the month of 9 for February, and that is the month of endings, which can be lovely. You can end a belief system. You could start liking yourself more if you haven't. You can end a job and move into something luscious, because next month is the month of new beginnings. You can end being single. You can end a relationship that has had no commitment to it and have a commitment, or perhaps end the relationship if it isn't right. So this is pretty juicy and pretty exciting. I do want to go over with you before I forget, because sometimes I do. I would like to go over some special days for you. Okay, sevens. Your power days in the month of February will be February 9th, 18th, and 27th. For those who are looking for jobs, the best days are February 4th, 13th, and 22nd. And for those who are looking for romance or days where you'd like to have a lovely time with your love interest or perhaps broach a difficult subject, those best days will be February 6th, 15th, and 24th. Okay, here we go. Let's put that aside for now, and let's pull some cards. Oh, we'll put our beeper on because that helps keep me on time so I don't keep you all day, because I can go on and on. Alrighty, let's take the specs off and let's pull some cards. In the first section, we're going to look at business for our power year number 7s. The thing about 7 too is that 7s like to specialize. 7s are very focused and specialized. So it might be a year where you're focusing just on yourself and losing weight. It might be a year where you're just focused on relationship, because that's been having some question marks for you. It's a year of specializing or focus. So let's take a look at, you've been being hard on yourself, I see. And you're very good at your job, but you're being very hard on yourself. Let's take a look. Okay, we want to take that one out of there. Okay, 7s. I feel like I have a lot of you here considering something new. Now, you've already got the job. That's who I'm talking to here. You do a lovely job at the job, but now you're questioning yourself. So either you might have, there's some newness going on. There might be a new boss, or a new working companion that you're questioning and they're affecting your life. Or you might be thinking about changing. Do I want to change? Do I want to specialize in something? Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to learn? Let's get a few more cards on that. So let's ask if you suddenly have someone new coming on your turf at work, whether they've come or they're coming, and they land there in this next month or two. Let's take a look at their perceptions of you, because you're being very hard on yourself. You're thinking that, why didn't I get that position? Or there seem to be really liking this person. Like, what's going on? Or this person doesn't seem to be really liking me. I'd like to see the perception of the workplace. Pull a few more on this, because I don't know if you're causing all of these issues for yourself, or are they really happening? Sevens, well, the nice thing is that the card that I have is the Justice card. That's a clarifying card, and it does talk about things are going to work out the way they're meant to work out, and fairly. And that's a good thing. But I'm feeling like the message is to get yourself as far away from any conflict or issues or troublemakers in the workplace as you can. Because you're a lone wolf at this particular time. You'll be looked upon better as a lone wolf. You'll just be looked upon better that you're working on your own, you keep to yourself. You're not going out every Friday for drinks with everybody. I don't know. There's something about, you are in the month of endings. You are in the month of endings for the month of February. And I feel like you, and 7 is that recoil. I feel like that's the message. It's in your own best interest to get uninvolved with people at work and to stand on your own 2 feet. And only represent yourself and kind of not be flocked into the fold. And I think you'll feel better about yourself and be less judgy about yourself and less hard on yourself, and come across cleaner and crisper for that new person or for that new position that you would like. That's pretty intense. The other option is, in this month of endings of 9 in February, you might be looking for another position, or you might think, this just isn't working for me. I may have to get that extra certification, or ask to report to a different person, because you've got something new in here, new relationship with something too. So listen also for looking for another position, because I can't always make the cards come out and tell me exactly what I'd like, though I try very hard, and I always have to be as tangible, give as much tangible information as I can to a client. So let's see what they have to, with that said, let's see what we have for those of you in this year of 7, month of endings, month of 9, who are looking for a fresh start, looking for a new position. Okay. So I'm going to suggest to you that if you have a position, or you're thinking of leaving a position, I'll suggest to you not so fast. I know that this is a year of endings, but I feel like if you feel you're in a salvageable position and there's hope for something to blow over, or another position coming up you might be interested for and you might be able to transfer, my suggestion to you is just to hang in there. If you're in an impossible situation and you're only going to go down, 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 like you can see the writing on the wall, then it is a month of endings for you. It is a month where you have to get out before you get dragged down the drain with everybody else. With your head intact, with your references intact, move it. There's also a chance of a legal situation going on here at the workplace. So before you get perhaps sucked into that or in a position where you can't leave because you might get deeper into a situation, the cards are suggesting to leave. This is heavy duty stuff, sevens. And only you can determine the real answer to what's going on. You're in this year of seven, and it's about you dissecting your brain and dissecting everything that's been going on and choosing something for your best interest. Now, I was asking about people who were looking for a position, and what I got was, don't leave yet. If it's salvageable and doable, don't leave yet. But that's not quite, again, answering our questions. So let's pull, if I can, one more card, and I'll pull more if I have to, but for those of you who are looking for that position. Now, I will tell you, sevens, that when you, next month, March and April are excellent months for you to find a position. So, or a position to come to you. Yes, and this is about the delayed success card. My Empress card, that's a major arcana card. That means it's powerful, it's quick, and it's working for you. So the universe is working for you as long as you're in the game and you've put yourself out there. Your feelers, your applications, whatever. And people know that you're interested, you will have success. It just will be delayed. I call this my getting your ducks in a row card, and then letting things fall into place for you. And they will. It's just not it may not be this month, sevens, okay? It's a confusing read, but it's a luscious read because it's really trying to get into the nitty-gritty for you and answer questions about. Don't jump to conclusions unless you really have a piece of paper from your boss that is jumping to conclusions. Don't be too hasty in thinking that people aren't thinking the best of you or have your interest at heart, sevens, okay, for the month of February. Okay, now we're going to romance. Let's look. Oh, let's see what this month of endings means for you, seven, in the month of February when it comes to romance. Let's take a look. Okay. Alrighty. All right, I'm going to go for this too. I don't usually go for just the tops. Okay. Okay, sevens. The message is, I'm not getting that you're breaking up, and I'm not getting that you're getting married. I'm getting that some new ground rules must be set in a relationship you're already in. I have the boundaries card, and it's in the position where I say, okay, what's the best that we can expect for sevens if they're in a relationship kind of thing? And it's the boundaries card, and it's you know, I have to say, it can even be boundaries for yourself, because a lot of times when I tell a client, you got to create boundaries now. You have to tell this person that this is what I expect. I want to talk to you every day. If I'm in a permanent relationship, I'm going to talk to you every day. I don't care if you're traveling. Talk. But I'm going to suggest to you, sevens, that this may be coming back at you. That you have to step up to the plate and you have to understand, even if you're traveling, even if you're busy, even if you're in a different time zone, to contact the person that you care about. Or if that's not the case and you don't travel and this has nothing to do with you, if you're in a relationship, I feel a little sense of smugness and a little sense of taking advantage of. And that's got to end in this month of February, because you could cause yourself problems down the road if you don't take care of this relationship. And if the person you're in the relationship with isn't taking care of you, it's going to cause problems down the road. And that's the advice for if you're in a relationship. Let's take a look at if you're looking for a relationship or you'd like to reconcile in a relationship. Okay. Okay. I get it. Okay, so again, if you're looking, if your relationship is up and down and you're not sure how it's going, and that's going to be what we're talking about as far as reconciliation. If you just broke up, or you don't know how it's going, or you're not sure if you're going to get back together, the best advice for you that we're getting today is to curtail any neediness. That it will be very sexy and very appealing to the person that you'd like things to get back on track with, or to attract back if you've had a complete breakup. If you are doing your own thing and you're doing it well, that's very, very sexy. And it talks about that you've had to make a big decision. It was a big decision to maybe to let someone go, because you said you're just not, fulfilling what I need. Or it's a big decision not to call them. It's huge, it's to resist the temptation. Texting is so easy. A little picture is so easy. But the suggestion is no, and this is for you who also people who are looking for that relationship. The cards are saying, draw a line in the sand that determines what you are willing to accept and what you're willing not to. It is the month of endings for you sevens in this month of February. So compromising with people, letting them tell you what's going to happen and running the show, it's an ending for that for you. And that's what I have here, and it's very difficult for you to do it. It can also be a possible ending of how you were trying to get a relationship going. It could be an ending of, I'm not gonna go to that same place anymore. I'm not gonna do the same friends anymore because they fix me up with people I don't like. It's like you're going to change strategy, sit back and see what comes to you. That's the kind of month it is for you sevens when it comes to romance. Now, again, you're on an exciting path month-wise. So you've got next month, which is new beginnings, and that's going to be March. And then April is the month of 2 for you. Now 2, yes, it can be breakup, but it can be meeting someone. So you're in a nice run, and so you don't have to work quite so hard except for thinking. Think about, what am I going to do this year? What am I going to do different this year because things haven't been working in meeting someone? Okay? Sevens, it's that kind of year for you. It's the kind of year where there's going to be a lot of thinking going on, and I'll be saying it over and over again. Now, let's take a look at if you have a situation in your life, which can be business or love. It can be the same thing that you've already asked. It can be something completely different, but the more specific you are, the more specific the answer will seem. It may not even be an answer, or you may not get an answer, but at least you know you really tried. Okay, so concrete that question in your mind. And now we are asking the universe, what is the best situation that we can expect, the best answer to your situation that we can expect. Now, what's very cool here is you have gotten some strong cards. Now, let's see. The death card has come up, and you know, because I know you're all smart and you listen to other readers, and this is a good time to say to you that you'll always use your own judgment, right? Because you know yourself and your life the best. But if we readers can shed some light, I have the death card. So we're talking about what's the best situation that we can expect. The best answer to your situation that we can expect. And it's about endings. You're in this month of endings for February, and it's about it's okay if you stop trying so hard. The death card means letting go of the life that you're living to receive the wonderful life that's waiting for you. That's the package deal in the death card. And the card that comes next is the sun. And do you know that the sun means all of your wishes come true? Okay, so even if you're scared right now and you say, oh great, I had to ask about my illness, and she gets the death card. No, I feel like you don't have to worry or work so hard. I feel like you can, if you have an illness, you can sit back and you can actually trust the advice that you're getting and relax, because things are going to work out for you. That's what the reading is talking about. Now, from where you're coming from in the cards is that you have been consulting others. You have been consulting others about the situation. You have been thinking a lot about it. You have been researching it and trying to find answers. I feel like the cards are saying that you have the answer, or you found the person who has the answer. So you can stop. You can stop in the month of February exerting yourself so much to make something work or to make something happen. Whatever you've already done has already been taking the right steps to making all of your wishes come true. And this golden arch, I always tell my clients, is the universe pushing you under it for wonderful, beautiful things to come your way and in regards to anything you asked about. Oh, I'm so glad. I'd so much rather give pleasant news than questionable news. Thank you, Sevens. I'll see you next month. Thank you for joining Gemma's Window. More about me is on gemmaswindow.com. Please subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And anything else, I'll just see you next month. Take care. Bye for now.